Have you ever promised yourself, "This time I'll finally change"? You'll wake up earlier, exercise every day, read more books, eat healthier, stop wasting hours on your phone. For a few days, everything goes well. Then life gets busy. You miss one workout. You skip one morning. You tell yourself you'll start again tomorrow. And somehow, tomorrow becomes next week. Then next month. Then another year passes. Most people think they fail because they lack motivation. James Clear believes they're solving the wrong problem. The biggest obstacle isn't motivation. It's identity. Most of us try to change our lives from the outside in. We focus on outcomes. I want to lose weight. I want to be successful. I want to be more confident. Those goals sound inspiring, but they don't change who you believe you are. Imagine someone trying to quit smoking. When they're offered a cigarette, they might answer, "No thanks. I'm trying to quit." Another person says, "No thanks. I don't smoke." The actions look identical, but psychologically they're completely different. The first person is still fighting their old identity. The second person has already adopted a new one. One of the most powerful ideas in Atomic Habits is that every action becomes a vote for the person you believe yourself to be. You don't suddenly become disciplined. You become someone who repeatedly does disciplined things. Every small action strengthens a story. Every decision quietly answers the question, "Who am I becoming?" That's why tiny habits matter so much. Not because one push-up changes your body. Not because reading one page changes your intelligence. Not because saving €1 makes you wealthy. Each action is almost invisible by itself. But it changes your identity. An identity changes everything. James Clear also challenges another common belief. People love setting ambitious goals. But goals only tell you where you want to go. Systems determine whether you ever get there. Imagine two people who both want to run a marathon. One spends months imagining crossing the finish line. The other simply puts on running shoes every morning. Eventually, one reaches the goal. The other keeps dreaming about it. The difference wasn't desire. It was the system. Perhaps that's why lasting change often feels so frustrating. We expect dramatic transformations. But real change is almost always boring. Tiny improvements. Repeated consistently. A single healthy meal. One extra page. 5 minutes of exercise. One difficult conversation. Nothing feels life-changing. Until you look back a year later. Another idea I love is that our environment often shapes our behavior more than our willpower. Think about your own home. If healthy food sits on the counter, you'll probably eat more of it. If your phone is next to your bed, you'll probably check it before getting up. If books are hidden in a cupboard, you'll probably read less. Most people blame themselves for lacking discipline. Sometimes they simply designed an environment that constantly encourages the opposite behavior. Willpower matters, but environment usually wins. James Clear reminds us that success rarely comes from making one enormous decision. It comes from making thousands of tiny ones. Every day, you're casting votes, not only for your future, but for your identity. Every workout says, "I'm someone who takes care of my body." Every page says, "I'm someone who learns." Every honest conversation says, "I'm someone who tells the truth." Even the smallest habit becomes evidence. Evidence that slowly changes the way you see yourself. And perhaps that's the real secret. Confidence isn't something you wait to feel. Discipline isn't something you're born with. They're identities built through repetition. In the end, the life you want isn't created by one extraordinary moment. It's built through hundreds of ordinary ones. Tiny actions, repeated consistently, until one day, you realize you didn't just change your habits. You became someone new. And maybe that's what real transformation has been about all along. Not becoming a different person overnight, but becoming one small decision at a time. The person you were quietly becoming every single day.